Hello, Mr. Mac. I suppose the first thing I should mention is that your idea is somewhat less groundbreaking than you suppose. California recently flirted with the notion of parenting licenses, and the idea has had currency for many, many years. When you used the word controversial, I kind of got excited. You kept on beating around the bush, you put on the sombrero, and I couldn't wait until you'd advocate the vivisection of the homeless, the creation of Arctic gulags, the importation of mujahideen to guard our southern border. And, well, parenting licenses were a bit of a letdown. Conceptually, I'm sympathetic. Having kids is far more important than driving a car or operating farm equipment. It's just that your many assumptions, not just about lower-income families, that's been adequately dealt with elsewhere, but about the nature of parenting itself, discredit your whole platform. You conflate parenting and basic physical upkeep over and over. Parents are not just the custodians of their child's bare physical needs, but their emotional needs as well, which is, a very complex operation. Failure to meet the latter, in my experience, does not correspond with class, having known just as many dysfunctional middle-class families as in any other socioeconomic bracket. Then there is the issue of bureaucracy. Bureaucracies are infallible, we all know that. And they are certainly up to the task of finding that delicate balance of interventionism and giving people the benefit of the doubt a program such as yours requires. Nothing could possibly go wrong, especially since funding flows like wine and our civil service is the tightest of tight ships. Going back to your assumptions, you clearly think that licensed parenting will alter our social fabric in some significant way. I mean, it's your one great idea after all. Either adequate education and coercion will bring us to a new era of enlightened parenting, or the system will be glutted with kids separated from their unfit parents. Since rates of domestic and foreign adoption have been going down for some time, the latter would be more of a burden on our system than we could bear. You'd have to offer adoption incentives, which will cost money. In the case of the former, the success would not justify such inflammatory measures. Perhaps better parenting programs, support systems for lower-income families and more active social workers would suffice. You keep referring to this beer or food dichotomy. Does this suggest that you consider addictions to be a major problem in this country? I mean, it's also possible that you are subscribing to the notion that people are invariably responsible for their own misfortune, but let's err on the side of generosity for a moment. If so, wouldn't rehabilitation and educational upgrading programs bear greater fruit than parent licensing? Because the problem doesn't only impact child rearing, but also unemployment, health care, the economy, and general public safety. The problem is also self-sustaining. Even if you take the children of addicts away, they will more than replenish their ranks through other means.